Hey guys, how about I actually turn on my mic? Huh? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm sitting here like the birthday music going on. It's like, and I boomered.
Happy birthday.
That's funny. I hate it when I do that, man. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to fix this real quick. So a couple things I want to do tonight. Ooh, hi.
Oh.
Oh shit.
There we
Hold
go.
on, I'm trying to fix something here. I'm gonna get my...
Okay, no, it's fine. I fixed my OBS. Yay! Or I fixed the overlay, thank God. So a couple things I want to do tonight is we're gonna do some sketches. I'm not drawing anything vulgar, just to give you guys a heads up. And then I do want to show you guys how I do some things. Like if you guys are interested, my stream layouts. I mean, I could show you how I do the balloons. I mean, there's all sorts of fun things I can show you. And
I fixed it.
Forgive the noisy drink. I have Japanese soda, so I have like a little marble in there. So
The balloons look good. They're a little translucent though.
yeah, I actually wanted I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted translucent balloons or if I wanted solid colored ones.
That's fair.
So thank you, Ezob says happy birthday. No, we're not doing that. Brat. So, I have a wonderful new stream setting or whatnot. And this has never, I will tell you, I've tried to do drawing streams in the past, but my graphics card, my laptop, I guess, just wasn't up to snuff. And I finally got it to work. So, yay me, you do not see the Discord people in this layout. So what do we want to do first? Do we just like go in and sketch, or should I show you guys some of the stuff and how I do things?
I don't know, last time on a drawing stream I drew I drew a hermaphrodite Onision, so this person
I have to see that.
How did that turn out? I don't think I've seen that yet.
It was terrible. It was terrible. It was a while ago though. I mean, I don't really have hermaphrodite Onision anymore, unfortunately, but I can probably redraw him. If you guys want.
Yeah.
Redraw.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna tell us to fuck you and pay you.
Oh, hey, I love that.
I
works
fuck
to
off,
live
pay
by.
us, pay me, or whatever you say.
No, I can do that for my own amusement. I mean, still remember it. It's Onision's goofy head with hermaphrodite things and very tiny legs and arms on purpose.
Yeah.
I guess I'm in the middle of coloring my own new character.
Boys, behave. Be nice, little boys. I should flip this around.
Just trying to figure out when I'm gonna color their clothing.
Yeah, I will say colors can be extremely hard, depending on like what you're trying to go for. Guys, are such shits. I don't know what the not sure.
Line works usually the worst for me on digital.
Otherwise, are we talking about like when it comes to inking?
Well, like when I'm talking about digital, in traditional, it's like, in traditional it's super easy for me because I've done it for like 10 years, but digital I've only done it for like a year and a half. So So line art is definitely the hardest thing to do in digital. I guess it would.
That's why I always sketch
I guess it will
things
be.
out.
Well, like, I have a
A
question.
little bit.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, I guess I'll just do it for a minute or something. I was gonna ask, do you use like a Wacom tablet, or do you not use a Wacom tablet, or what do you use?
I use a mouse.
Oh, yeah, that does make it a bit difficult. I've drawn this mouse before, and it's actually very painful.
Yeah, I can do it pretty well. It's just I can do it. It's just it's slow, slow and painful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, I know what I can do.
I can. Actually, Chambers, I'll show you in DMs, because.
Okay.
But I'll show you the recent artwork I've done. Recent-ish is more just.
The cats are over here like causing a riot.
So
Like, what are you doing?
these are gonna be for merch stuff, really. But let's see.
Oh yeah, Chambers. It was funny. Like the AnimeMatsuri stream, like the Nick Ricada panel. For like half the stream, they didn't have audio.
Oh, that's what I kept hearing. Like somebody, yeah, you were telling me to bump something. Like, I was out to eat, but
Yeah, because
Where
like
is it?
I had tagged Matsuri in like Twitter, like, hey, there's no audio for your stream. They got the message though, so that was cool.
that's cool. Lord, I like the turtle. I like that new logo. That new logo is awesome.
It's one of my it's one of my logos. Yeah, I got logo, and then I got the O'Hara smile, which is.
No, that is cool. It's I will say it's fun to create new logos. But sometimes it's so hard to come up with a concept for them because you don't know exactly what you want to represent, and then the colors and what it's going on. It's just like it's a night.
That's true. Well, the one I'm sending to you right now, that's my official O'Hara logo. And the O'Hara smile is more for merchandising.
I do like the smile. The smile is like awesome. I do like it a lot.
Guarding one and keeping the other, I decided, just utilize them in different ways.
Yeah, I have, like, technically speaking, I have several logos, or several versions of the Heart Lock, or I don't want to keep the same thing for too long. It's boring. So.
Yeah, no, that's fun. And to have gear, I tend to have the communist gear. That I tend to, and then with the gear, it's like I could either put the O'Hara smile, or I could put the Steam Dictator head thing.
Yeah, see, that's a little too big. That one is at least. Yeah, when it comes to drawing bodies, I really don't have, like, I don't use all the stinking shapes. I do what's called gesture drawings, just kind of map up the movement a little bit. I'll build up the body up to a certain point, and then I'll go and add the arms, and so.
Well, I mean,
I'm just kind of winging it right now.
Yeah.
Just think about what I want to do.
I'm going for I can do real detailed bodies, but they're so I go for more cartoony stuff because that's more my line, but
Yeah, I am a mix of in between because for me, I don't like to go the too cartoony route because then at that point, it's hard for me to take the character seriously. Like if you're trying to tell like a serious story and you have like this loony as hell character and you're trying to get them to do a serious storyline, it's like there's no way. I'm expecting slapstick humor at some point to come out of this guy. I don't know. I like more serious looking styles. Oh, like, can we get rid of that ugly thing?
that's fine. But yeah,
I mean, there are
basically,
Go ahead.
is it what I'm showing you now is my most detailed work with people, at least. So the Miss Steam one is the first one I ever did. The second one is Tumblr, and that's the second one I've ever did. Where's Arctor? Oh god, where did I put him? Why I don't organise? Well, that's why I need to organise.
Alright.
So that's Arctor. Here he is. And Arctor is my most recent, most detailed people.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, my style has gone through several changes. Well, okay, so when I was in high school, I wanted to get on like the anime bandwagon, so to speak, but I was also trying to get into art college at the time, which, by the way, is really expensive and a severe pain in the ass, but those who go through it, they're just lucky and don't come out dead broke. But anyway, so when I started to do anime, I actually had teachers tell me to get away from it because otherwise in that the people going over my portfolio, it does not, they literally told me it does not matter what you had in your portfolio. If they saw anything anime related, your entire thing, observation drawings, gesture drawings, color studies, all that crap was going in the garbage. It did not matter what else you had in there. If you had anime, you were done. So it's like, okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
the thing is I can kind of understand the reasoning, but I'm also against it because they told me, oh, you'll understand when you're older. And I do kind of understand when I'm older. When you see a bunch of like big eye cartoon things, you do get tired of it and you do get like, oh, fuck it. But then again, way to teach someone because anime is quite literally the pinnacle. Like, if you ever look at anime, have you ever noticed, like, keep the face aside, that the body is perfect anatomy. Perfect anatomy.
For the most part, yeah, that's actually how I did it.
They're learning.
Go ahead.
They're actually willing to learn anatomy on their own time, and teachers are discouraging them from learning anatomy, basically defeating the whole purpose of teaching them how to draw in the first place. And the thing is like, there's anime where it doesn't look like anime, it just looks like a regular person. For instance, Steam Boy anime has very realistic looking people in it.
Yeah, I remember. I think I wanted
Sort
to
of
watch
thing.
Game Boy. I either the project fell off or because I was following that and I've seen the art style for it.
Yeah, I'd say watch the director's cut, not the theatrical release. It's 2 hours long and is absolutely perfect. The theatrical release, they pissed off the creator of Akira because behind the director's back and edit it down to 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Wow.
Which completely butchered the movie. So just watch the director's cut. Don't even bother with the fucking theatrical
Steam Boy,
release.
that's a Ghibli film, right?
No, it looks like a Ghibli film,
No.
but it's not. I thought so too, and I first saw the song going, "Oh, it's another Ghibli film." Nope.
It was made by the same director who did Akira.
still haven't seen that myself.
Yeah. Again, watch the director's cut, not theatrical, because the theatrical will just ruin it for you.
Right.
I do not like
And like going back to the whole anatomy deal is like when people ask, how do you learn to draw an anime? Like I watch a shit ton of anime.
Yeah.
I read
The
how
thing
to
is
draw anime character books, and they, actually show you how to, do bodies and shit.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful
funny.
because I've been with I've had anime books to where they did them like way too long, and it's just like, okay, this is weird. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think it's a very shallow mindset to have, where it's like, oh, this thing has a big eyes, throw it away. Mostly because times where there was a lot of times in art and design. Don't worry, I did other lessons too, and just do art and design. There were certain lessons where I my work and say, oh, anime, and I'm like, that's not fucking anime. Like they would throw it away because it has biggish eyes, sort of thing, and say it's anime, and it's like, it's not anime. It's like, oh, it's definitely anime. It's like, I was doing it a French style. That is not anime.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, like that, like the cartoon that
What?
kind of looks like anime. You're
Extraordinary World of Alice.
Like that.
Yeah, Extraordinary World of Alice. I was doing it. I was doing it like the old French cartoons, sort of thing. Nothing. I was not doing it anime style at all. And I remember the teachers like throwing away my artwork, saying it's anime. And I was like, I can't draw anime.
Yeah, see, at that point, it's just like, don't throw away my stuff, first off. Second of all, if you think everything with big eyes is anime, why are you an art teacher? You're obviously not qualified.
Yeah, it's I also love how they absolutely disrespect Japanese culture in the making, because they go like, oh, it's not real art. I'm like, okay, go over to Japan and tell the Japanese that. You would probably politely kicked out of the country, because a big part of their artwork is rooted in their history ever since two in manga artwork. So it's like, no, don't fucking say it's not art, you dumbasses.
Yeah, something I do not like about art class in my particular high school is they wanted us to mimic the what Van Gogh did or what Picasso did or
But that always pissed me off, because the reason why these people were successful in the first place was because they were completely unique people that most of the time you couldn't even replicate their artworks. I'm sure there's people now who can probably replicate like most artwork, but something like Van Gogh, hard to replicate, like unless you're what's it called, an art thief.
Well, and then there are such things as like copycat artists who are trained. Say, for example, if you've ever heard of this is a legit job, to where you're in charge of restoring old paintings, to where you go through and you touch up the areas that were damaged. Go ahead.
Chambers, I'm being told that they can't hear me very well.
Oh, hold on, guys.
Okay.
Also,
And Dr. Woodshed is in hallway apparently, which I can't bring in.
Okay. Well,
I
not that. Hold on.
I don't know what it is.
Let me turn. Oh wait, she's all the way up. Let me turn my desktop audio here for a second. Let me try turning that up. Okay, yeah, because I can't turn up Miss Steam anymore on my end.
He says
he can't hear Chambers.
you. Chambers, he can't hear you at all.
Can't hear me? My mic is up all the way. Can you guys hear me? Oh. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, other people, I haven't had that complaint ever since I turned my mic on, so I'm not sure what the deal is.
Okay, so everyone else I can hear fine. It's just an imbalance. Okay.
I have no way of turning that up, to be honest. And I even did an audio test when I was recording, so I don't understand how he can't. Are you sure it's not your headphones? I did an audio check and everything before, and I was able to hear myself.
Okay, so I think what it is, your music is probably drowning you out a bit.
Oh, is it the music?
That's probably what it... Yeah, I think the music might be drowning you out a bit.
Why don't you bring him in?
No, I just did. Hey, you're unmuted there.
Yeah. The issue is, like, I can hear everyone else just fine. It's just you're quiet in comparison to them.
That's
Like,
weird.
I'm watching the stream. I'm listening to the stream right now, and it's such a weird imbalance.
Let me see. I wonder if it's something else. Hold on. Open.
Oh, and that picture you sent me, Dr. Woodshed. The series Mononoke.
No, I was just saying, like, we're talking about traditional Japanese art, and I looked up traditional
Yeah.
Japanese art.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, no, traditional Japanese art, like, is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear
Hold on,
me?
let me
Am I
turn
a
this.
little bit?
Hold on a second.
Hello. Am I louder now?
My favorite one is the one with the samurai and Gasha Dokuro.
Am I louder now? Hello.
I don't know. It's just on the stream, it's a comparison to everyone else. It's just a little quiet. It's fine. It's just, I don't know.
No.
The issue.
Okay, let me. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. Everybody be quiet for a second. Okay, yeah, I can see what you're talking about. It's probably because of how far away I am from my mic. Let me.
Okay, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Because I am in a
Because
different.
yeah,
Do I sound a little bit louder now? I kind of moved it a little bit closer.
you do now. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. When I stream, I move to a different room to get the Ethernet connection or whatnot.
Right.
Fair.
I don't know. It was just a little quiet on mine, and I don't know if that was your audio or.
No, I just listened to. I muted the desktop and listened to the
Yeah.
thing, so it's like, oh crap, that is a bit too quiet. I don't like how quiet that is. So my bad.
Yeah, and the topic of work sort of thing. I have had teachers quite literally turn their heads away from me whenever I showed them artwork from Japan that is quite amazing.
Now, when
Like
you say art
JoJo's
from-
Bizarre Adventures.
Right. When you say art from Japan, are you talking like an anime or?
The authentic.
Both, like traditional and anime. Like I'd be showing them this stuff, and they would completely just, they would physically turn their heads away to just pretend that they're right.
In a
It
way.
is amazing.
Like, I'm not trying to justify this, but in a way, I'm talking about anime here. In a way, I can kind of get it because their mentality, probably most of the time, is, well, this is just an anime from a cartoon. It's not art in the sense that I've been familiar with for decades. Someone brings this new style from a cartoon from another country, and I don't like that. Let me turn my head away
I
because
would-
I think it's.
I mean, I would accept their mindset. A
Yeah,
little
I'm not
bit.
saying you have to. I'm
Yeah.
saying I think that's their their mentality.
No, that is
Yeah.
definitely their mentality. But the thing is, I would accept their mentality if they weren't hypocritical fucking assholes.
How so?
Because they would be like, okay, so they would be like, oh, Japanese cartoons, oh, that is disgusting. Anything from Japan,
and
oh,
then they-
disgusting.
and then they-
but then they would. But
and
then
then they turn
they would be
around.
absolutely nostalgic over Tintin, over Danger Mouse.
Oh my
Like,
god.
you-
Really?
What?
hypocritical motherfuckers. Like, yeah.
That obviously is like you do not know your history then.
Them Japs.
Or
them
that one anime that inspired the.
Right. No, here's what's going on. Here's what's
Oh,
obviously going on here,
Kimba.
guys.
I think it's
Yeah.
Here's what's obviously happening, guys. Them Japs are at it again. They're poisoning the minds of the youth with their cartoons.
I
They're not
remember,
like in
I
Western
remember those-
cartoons.
I
Thanks.
remember there was this.
You just
I remember-
monetized.
They didn't demonetize it.
It's not like my
I
streams
remember
stay monetized anyway. Go ahead, Miss Steam.
I remember this one teacher though. She was the only teacher that was accepting of anime, and you know why she was accepting of anime?
Hmm.
She was Japanese.
Oh.
And
No joke. The only teacher that was accepting of anime
was
was fucking Japanese.
Oh,
Wow.
of course.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and just when it comes to art, because I was talking with someone, and they were repeating a discussion to me that they had with someone else, and it's like, what's the difference between art and decoration? And art, from what was discussed or repeated, was that art makes you think. Decoration is just there to look pretty. Now, if we want to turn that back into like cartoons and things like that, there's actually a lot of shows that do make you think, that make you go, well, if this was applied in real life, a lot of people would be screwed over. You know?
The Mononoke series. That is a horror anthology story. And it actually really makes you think about really dark topics.
Oh yeah. I've actually seen Princess Mononoke, and that had to do with not only environmentalism, which was not shoved down your throat. It dealt with the progression of societies, what's good for society in regards to advancements, and then it just overall, how do you balance out the two? And then I really did enjoy this story. Freaking wolf.
Yeah, it's like
Spoilers. The wolf snapping off that lady's arm. Woo, that was brutal.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Princess
I can imagine.
Mononoke is really good. The Mononoke series is really good too. They're two different things, by the way.
My bad.
No, it's okay. It's Princess Mononoke has overshadowed the word Mononoke, so.
What is Princess?
No.
What is the Mononoke series then? Because I'm not familiar.
Mononoke series is a horror anthology series where we follow around this guy called Yuri, who is a medicine seller who exorcised Mononoke demons. Because that's what Mononoke stands for, is demon.
Right.
Who exorcises demons from people. So, for instance, the first ever demon is the souls of the dead children from a room.
From a what?
You know, a whorehouse abortion room.
Oh,
Because and the artwork is actually absolutely beautiful because it's a horror anthology series, but the artwork is from Edo period. It's like from Edo period Japan hybrid with realistic people sort of thing, not just, you know. So it's actually really cool.
Probably something I'd be into.
Yeah, it's a really complex and dark horror story, and you wouldn't think it's a horror story by looking at it, because because it's so colorful. But how they utilize storytelling in such a great way that it's like the artwork's just complementary to it, really.
Yeah, it's. I will say.
Yeah, it tackles a lot of themes.
I will say.
No, I'm just saying it.
For
You go ahead.
For shows like that, I would have to look it up to see what you mean by the artwork. But yeah, if you can do, in my opinion, if you can actually do a scary story. Oh, what am I doing? What's in your hair? That don't make any sense. If you can do a scary story and still have like the artwork colorful and not like all dingy or dark looking, it's kind of hard to pull that off. And wow, that finger's way too long for my liking.
It's hard to pull off, but what I like about it is they actually used a very smart method. Hey, let me just
shit.
Let me just do a print screen of images.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I'm gonna put this in by the Hearth requests.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. Hello, Ichabod.
It is such a good anime.
Ichabod, we meet
So,
again.
Chambers, you are super quiet.
That's
Wait,
what
still?
people keep
I'm out.
telling me, and that's
Like in
really-
the stream,
Come
you
on,
are
think so.
north of the volume of
That
everybody.
actually looks kind of cool.
Am I
It's
gonna-
really cool.
It's not my preferred style, but I can respect it for what it is, and it looks pretty alright.
Hold on. Is that? Oh, that's it. That's the.
Yeah, that's the anime.
Okay, give me 1 second because if people I'm not like being a bitch. I may have to go get. Oh,
Wow, you bitch.
That's pretty neat.
Shut up, Step.
I actually do not have room. Oh wait, no, I do. Okay, I do have one more USB port. Sorry, gave me a laptop. Let me go get another mic here so people can hear me better. Hold on.
I can hear you fine in Discord. It's on the stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's on
you're
the
fine
stream.
in the Discord, it's just in the stream. What's your mic level in OBS?
It's all the way up. That's the problem.
I don't know how, but I blame this on Step.
What?
I don't know. Let me go get a different mic. Hold on.
Oh, I joined the stream and it automatically rested for your mic. Clearly, that's how it.
Yep, it's all
I
your
fuck
fault,
everything
Step.
I fuck everything
All
up,
your
dude.
fault.
All my fault.
All your fault.
All my fault.
Didn't one of the Mononoke... there was the one thing, and then there was a movie by Miyazaki.
Yeah, that was Princess Mononoke.
And there
with
was
all those
there was
cute,
spaghetti
with all those
demons.
cute little. No, it had all those cute little ghost things.
No, that was Spirited Away.
No. What?
Oh boy. Here we go. Ichabod hasn't even been to call for 5 minutes. Oh boy.
He's making himself look like an idiot, but okay. That was not that was Mononoke, not Spirited Away.
The one with all the little
Wait.
ghosts?
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me see.
all those little things all
Now
over
you
the board.
sound worse.
I'm telling you, this also had the spaghetti demons.
Yeah, there's Princess Mononoke, and then there's the Mononoke.
Ladies, both your enemies are pretty.
Damn it, Steph, shut up. See, spaghetti demons.
Oh, that's probably why. Okay, how do I sound now?
You sound a little
That
bit
was,
more echoey, but I don't know. Let me check the stream.
Echoey?
That was a deity that had been
You are much better in
infected
the
by a
stream.
plague.
Am I echoey though?
Oh my god, I'm really
not
loud.
that I
I'm
heard.
really loud, aren't I? Fuck. Let me just.
I know it was like an infection, but it's still spaghetti
There we
demon
go, input
infection.
volume. There we go. I turned my volume down. Do I sound?
Okay.
Sound fine. Let me
It made
test
like
the feed.
angry wiggle demons.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute the desktop here for just a second. Okay. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, say it again because I had to mute the desk to see what the feed was. And I know why I was quiet because Discord done did a stupid, and when it's on default, it'll stifle the sound a little bit. So, stupid program. But thank yous.
The program is gonna
Yeah, Discord's has been a potato for a little bit now.
Oh, I can imagine.
Tell the furries at Discord.
Fell behind.
Well, it's not just that. It'll drop calls and all this stuff, so it's kind of annoying.
I've been having a lot of drop call problems, but I just assumed it was my internet.
No, I'm in another server with some other people, and there's a lot of complaints about Discord being a potato.
Yes.
See, if we all just blame Step, the problems will eventually solve themselves.
Wait, what's the math? What's the science? I want to see your scientific method on this. You say you're the science guy, sciences.
Wait, how am I the science guy? I'm a comedian.
You said yourself.
No, I did not.
I quote, if you're going to go science on me, you better be prepared.
Well, yeah, if you're not gonna freaking do science and talk about something ridiculous.
Alright, dude. I'm still gonna say you're a scientist in denial, but alright.
No, when I know a subject and you go into the science of it, I will go into the science with you. But this is a joke. Chill out, Step.
Scientist.
I'm not a scientist.
Scientist. Zionist.
What?
Don't start this Zionist crap again, Step.
He's an alchemist.
Alchemist.
I am not an
In
alchemist.
disguise.
The disguise scientist, yes.
I'm just 3 raccoons in a trash can.
No, you're Thunderfoot.
Mhm.
I am certainly not
Compare
Thunderfoot.
people to Thunderfoot.
Is Thunderfoot
That's
even
just
still
mean.
around?
No
No.
clue.
He still posts videos, but I think he just got bitter.
Possible.
After losing to Sargon's.
That is a depressing prospect.
Wait, what do you mean he lost to Sargon? I clearly missed something.
The Brexit thing.
We don't talk about Brexit.
Well,
It's Tabby.
if your freaking government would get off its ass and actually do it, you might actually have a good time.
I know that, but I don't want someone coming over and punching me in the face.
Okay, this all just needs to go full circle, and America needs to take over England.
Left-wing death squad's kicking down her door.
Literally sending your mail. It's gonna be. Let's be honest. It's gonna get to the point where we're saving your mail armed while your entire neighborhood's on fire. That's what it's gonna be.
Excuse me.
It is looking. Oh yeah, this hand is awful.
So, birthday.
What?
Yeah, how old are you, Chambers?
28.
Nice.
Oh. I'm getting old. It's not okay.
Oh, thanks, Chambers.
You're gonna start seeing the world in black and white.
What?
I said making an old man joke.
I actually, when I was younger, I did see the world in black and white, so I've kind of grown out of that, not grown into it.
No, Chambers, he means literally in black and white.
Oh, okay.
Like an old movie.
Okay,
I mean, when I was in elementary school, I saw. This was like 93, kindergarten, first grade, and like pictures were still in black and white.
Yeah, I don't.
I-
That's the word I'm looking for.
I have seen in black and white for like a day and a half, but that was when I got cold cocked with the roofing hammer.
You were literally a raccoon. Alright.
Oof.
The ones with like the little ridges on the bottom.
Any of y'all actually see the jazz singer?
The what?
The jazz singer.
No.
Oh.
No?
I saw it. It's the first talking picture ever made. The first movie to really put audio and sound. Audio and visual
Audio and video, Step. Calm down.
in the same thing with actual dialogue.
I'm sure if we went and got Leo, he'd remember it. I got him with that joke.
It had Al Jolson in it, and is he still a controversial? Or am I the only one who knows who Al Jolson is?
I have no idea who Al Jolson
Okay,
is.
that's fine. We'll drop it.
Chambers is the one drawing John
I'm
Smith.
sorry.
I don't know who Chambers is drawing.
I'm not. I'm just winging it. It's like a genie person type thing. So.
Guinea person. Okay.
No, genie.
Oh, genie.
Yeah, G.
Why does it always go back to race with you, Step?
I said guinea,
Yeah, I know you did.
as in guinea pig.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be planning to draw not transsexual, an intersectional Onision with tiny limbs.
Is it Citrus Quest tomorrow?
Huh?
What about school?
What did you say?
Same.
Wait, what did you say?
Don't we have to do?
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Well, yeah, we can do that too. I can do multiple things in a day.
Wait, today's Friday?
Yeah.
Yes.
I always stream on Fridays.
Oh.
Why do you think we're here, Steph?
We can do Citrus Quest. We can do Citrus Quest tomorrow. So.
Oh, you just doing Citrus Quest tomorrow? Awesome.
I will say, Steam, be careful if you're wanting to do anything Onision related. He is on a copyright freaking warpath right now and is striking anybody with even the likeness of his image. I had to go in private some of my videos of the guy that I did like a few years ago because I was not risking that garbage. It's just like, nope. His finger's gonna drain.
Yeah, but he can't really copyright claim a drawing
He will try.
that he had no interest in. Like I can literally say, oh, I didn't take influence from Onision, I took influence from Kai. It's like whatever.
He just
It's too super accurate.
for the most part, I'm not for censorship, but he's one channel I would like to see just kind of disappear off the face of the platform because he's been needing to go away for a while. YouTube has stifled his reach. He used to be a lot worse, but he's been stunted, and thank God, because he's just crazy. Him and Lainey are just nuts. And they get worse every freaking year, too. Oh, well, no, she's my husband. No, she's your wife, dipshit.
This is not my wife. This is my spouse.
This is my significant other.
I don't know. I only saw him when I was a teenager. Otherwise, I would have been a horrible person.
What? Online, or? What are you talking about? Online?
Let's
So,
be honest here. We're
the-
horrible people regardless.
The people I used to live with were absolutely terrible people, and ironically, I used to watch not ironically, I mean, I watched Onision's content, sort of thing, when I was a lot younger.
I think every
But
did at one
to
point.
think-
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thing is, it's like his content actually helped me prevent from stupid stuff. Ironic. I love the irony now because it's like, wow, this is a terrible person to have the influence from. But if I didn't watch his videos, I probably would have really bad way. So,
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
you either watch them because you were a fan, or you watched them because you were curious and you were trying to figure out what was going on with the person. That was me. I was not a fan. And just like, I don't understand what is going on.
I was a fan when I was a teenager, but obviously when I grew older, I grew out of his content and went off for other things. But yeah, no, like I used to think like when I was a teenager, I used to think homosexuals are bad people, and then I found out, oh wait, I'm bisexual.
Well, guess I have to hate
So-
myself now.
Yeah, he went back and forth with that stuff. It's like, can you just like shut up and quit trying to like pander to every single group? Nobody wants you around. Kindly shut up and go away.
It was content for
Man,
a
listen,
while.
Listen, here's a good idea. Right. Bisexuals, but you're only attracted to one gender.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
jeez.
Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, the whole thing with Neeson is he didn't actually start going super crazy until only a couple years ago. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been crazy, but he hasn't been going off the rails until quite recently in his YouTube career.
That's because his channel's dying and he's been noticing it. YouTube has been stifling him because he's a bad influence for people. He really is. He's abusive. I'm surprised he's not in jail. I mean,
Definitely a bad influence for people. Like, that's no doubt about it. It's just
I hate fingers.
he kind of got away with it for a long time, and a lot of people think he got away with it for a long time because of he was flying under the radar. I was like, no, his content's never actually gotten
Better.
anti until 2016, when his
What?
content became very radicalized at that point.
So I missed like
And-
90% of this because everything exploded briefly. What did I miss?
I'm just trying to explain that Onision, his content, like, people think he's always been really, really crazy, when actually, like, he's been crazy all out through YouTube, but he hasn't been peak crazy until 2016 after he blew up from the feminist thing.
Well, I
he
mean, when your
really-
entire world comes crashing down, based entirely around something that you perceived as a major part of your identity, you tend to go a little crazy. But there's no excuse to go Onision crazy.
Yeah, no, there is no excuse, but I'm just explaining why, like, people perceive that he's always been crazy, when in actuality it's more a case of, no, he's been always crazy, but the thing is that he never became peak crazy until 2016, and that's when his world kind of crashed and burned, because he let the facade go.
Why have you been watching Onision for so long, Sting?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Steph, you have nowhere to talk.
I don't watch Onision.
It used to been,
I only
I've
heard
been a-
about Onision like after Trump won the election. And
I used to been a fan of Onision when I was like 13 years old, and then I grew out of his content, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna check his content again.
So, like, back when
and
you
then
used to
I
think
saw it.
somebody was sexy?
What?
Oh,
No,
because he likes little girls. Sorry, I just had to.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
I had
welcome
I had
to the
terrible-
birthday stream, everyone.
I had
Welcome to the birthday
terrible
stream.
I had terrible moral guidance. Terrible moral guidance. I went to YouTube for moral guidance. I was 13.
I think it's far worse you went to Onision for moral guidance.
I was 13.
It's okay, man. You're no
I
longer.
was
in-
13.
Hey, if Steph can't get away with that excuse, neither can you.
I wasn't radicalized by anybody. Excuse me.
Bull!
What do you mean, bull?
Uh-oh.
No, Steph was radicalized by Tony.
I'm a communist, guys.
If we continue this conversation, we're gonna give poor Dogi a headache, and we can't be doing that.
Like, telepathically communicate.
Telepathic fucking
Telepathic.
Dogi headache.
Alright. That's
Ichabod, I was raised by stupid people. Do you think I was not gonna end up stupid?
Steam, I'm just messing.
Don't worry, their international hands cannot corrupt you anymore. You're good.
What?
Tell us
Don't worry
about
about
tell us about the Who's Who in American Jewelry
Oh,
there,
God,
Steph.
that book. I was just merely pointing out that they had Leon Trotsky. We're streaming.
I'm-
Alright? We're streaming.
I'll say
Ichabod.
this right now: Leon Trotsky has been a better leader than Joseph Stalin.
Probably. Although we probably
Steph
have more
doesn't want
communists.
this conversation to happen because now he knows there's gonna be a record of it.
Oh boy.
Leon Trotsky would have been a
Oof.
better leader.
Yes.
You can't change
maybe.
my mind.
Well, he probably would have starved 50 million people. You can't deny that. Yeah.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah, it's because it's fucking Stalin. He's dumb. If it makes you feel any better, Ichabod, I like Zizek. He's a communist. So.
Sorry, I what?
Zizek. The guy who debated Jordan Peterson. The bearded
I don't think Jesus ever debated Jordan
Not
Peterson.
Jesus. Zizek.
Zizek, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, the guy who debated, the communist who debated Jordan Peterson.
I must have missed that bit because I'd never watched.
Alright.
I missed it, but I knew it.
I don't know that many communists. I'm not gonna lie.
I know a lot of communists.
That's because you
Slavoj
have to live
Žižek.
with them.
There we go.
Why would
Call
I
a
have to
family
live with
reunion.
Stalin?
Communists
Yeah, what?
like legit confuse the crap out of me because
There we go.
communism does not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, communism doesn't work, but there's always a family reunion,
my
which
thing
I'm
with
never invited to.
Here's why I do. Here's why I disagree fundamentally with Marxists and communists. I think it's impossible to get any real work done if you can't enjoy the benefits of your labor. These people want the state to control everything you do, where you work, at what time. No, fuck
Yeah,
that.
no. We have enough government control, thank you.
Oh
Not
god,
anymore.
government spending is literally out of control. That's why I don't agree with all these free social programs everyone wants. Like, do you know what that fucking government spending looks like right now? No.
Probably in the
Fuck you.
toilet.
Yeah. Like, if I literally gave them like $1 billion, they'd probably spend it in like 5 minutes. The sad thing is, I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh no, do you know what Bernie wants? He wants to raise taxes. Oh, the Americans will be delighted to pay more taxes. Screw you, you old coot. Get the hell out.
Pure Americans would
Yeah,
love to
Bernie
pay more
wants
taxes.
to. Bernie wants to raise taxes,
God, he is going
75%.
now, isn't he?
and he wants to raise taxes.
Aren't you people-
He wants to raise the corporate percent.
Aren't you people
how are we
paying
supposed-
like 40?
I mean, to be fair,
Oh
the
my-
Republicans don't really have that big of a track record with taxes either. Remember George Bush?
Aren't you people?
paying like 40 what?
Read my lips. No new
Mm.
taxes.
Stop! Shut up!
Who's talking first?
No, she's been trying to talk for the past like 5 minutes. Shut up, Step.
Damn.
I'm trying to say, aren't you people paying like 40% already, which is which is more than most of the Western world at the moment. That only pays like 20 to 30%.
By the way, there's a guy named
in
Falcon.
the hallway.
Oh, that's Hold on.
Flying Falcon.
Yeah.
Hello, Falcon.
Hold on, he's not server. He's not unmuted. Okay, now he's unmuted.
Hello,
Hi.
Fal-
Hi, Falcon.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm not used to hearing a squeaky voice from that end. What the hell?
Is there a small child on the other end of your side there, Falcon?
I mean, we're in the same room. Though.
I mean, aside from Step.
Okay.
Okay, that's the closest thing I can do to an Elmo voice.
He's not an Elmo voice.
Elmo loves his goldfish.
Step, please stop doing it.
Fuck you.
Fuck
Actually,
you.
I kind of like. I
Your
kind of
dream
like
is
it.
stupid.
Elmo wants to fuck you.
No!
Oh, Steve!
No!
Ah!
No!
Don't touch me there, Elmo. God.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Freaking
No!
turrets.
Why don't
I
you-
think I still have a
Yeah,
picture
like
that's
that.
really funny.
Why don't
Was
you?
That's-
was
that says-
Falcon?
Oh yeah, bring the dildo, Daddy.
Oh no, Steam. Seriously.
No, you sound like a.
No, I can do a good Mickey. Hold on.
sound
Fuck
like
me
a-
there, Daddy.
No, what is wrong with you people? Y'all got it.
Skeletor has no idea what's going on.
Why don't you pull back my ears while you fuck my butt?
No!
This
hell?
Guys, you're gonna get the chance. You're gonna get it struck. Stop.
Alright.
All right.
I-
Subject
Guys,
change. Subject
Guys.
change.
All right.
You guys
so
turned
you're
this
drawing a
dirty so
genie.
quick.
Yeah, freaking degenerates, man. You guys are
Excuse me. I have you know. No, I have no excuse. You then.
I'm not a degenerate. I'm a sweet innocent angel that could
You're
do no
too
wrong.
British to be a degenerate.
You clearly haven't talked to Steve in private.
I call BS.
Do tell.
No.
No, no.
Too young for your ears, Step.
ask-
Too young
ask
for your
Steve if
ears.
she takes
Age is a
requests.
social construct.
No, it's not, and Leo will have words with you about that.
Alright, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey,
I'll give him timestamp, Step.
is a
Timestamp?
step still grounded? Is step still grounded from last time?
Implying I was ever ungrounded in the first place. I'm in a constant state of telepathic groundation.
Why? Why are you so naughty?
I don't know, man. I was radicalized, Cat. Far right.
Not
Oh yeah,
on my
Step
channel.
is king of the Nazis.
How is that?
Damn it!
What do you mean?
Do you not know
Guys,
what's going
Step-
on with YouTube
It's
right
a
now?
meme.
I don't. It's
Oh,
not a
Step,
fucking
not right
meme
now.
to the YouTube higher ups. I'm not kidding. They're that
Yeah,
retarded right
she's
now.
not-
Chambers, he just means pony. Radicalized by pony.
Radicalized by ponies. Shelly D.
Yeah, Sheldon could radicalize some people into being ponies. I'm not gonna lie.
You're being literally.
The man is a
literally-
charismatic dude.
Get out of the courts. Get out of the courts. Get out now. I love you, but no.
Sorry, fuck.
No, not you. I have
You're
I have my second oldest kind of like floating around with my feet, and he's pulled out my Ethernet cable before disconnecting the stream. So I was like, nope, get
Now
out.
when
Get out
when
now.
you say you're second oldest, you mean your cat.
The cat.
Okay.
Yes, he's. I have 3 of them. Get.
I
no.
don't think there's any Chambers babies.
No. Not leave it alone, Professor.
At least not yet.
By the way, Falcon's back in the hallway for some reason.
He probably clicked.
He probably misclicked.
He's done
Well,
that before.
fuck now. You ain't getting back in.
Falcon.
I don't know why it kicked the. I think my phone kicked me out.
Tell your phone to stop.
But Step, that phone is of age, my man.
man. That's just a running meme. Like,
That's always gonna be a running meme. That was the
The
dumbest
origin of
thing
the
that man
meme.
ever said.
So the origin of the she's of age, my man. This guy named ZD. His name is Zach. Funny enough. He got in a call with this guy named for no good reason.
Oh no.
They were having a debate. I'm not gonna say about what because I've already.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm not gonna say what it was about. But out of nowhere, Anthony just randomly yelled, "She's of age, my man."
It wasn't that he yelled, "She's of age, my man." It's how he yelled it.
It was how he yelled.
There was nothing quite like that yell.
That
Because
along
it
with
was
the, you're the one who did. That along with the you're the one who did this. Some of Anthony's missing.
It was like, have you ever watched Dr. Phil?
Yes.
I'm talking to.
You didn't say any name before you started talking, so don't get mad at me.
Step, you half the time you talk about bad Dr. Phil jokes. That is a gross overestimation, but I have heard you at one point talk about Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Anyway, do you ever watch Dr. Phil? Chambers.
I used to see like the episodes, but I haven't watched anything recent unless they're YouTube snippets.
Alright, do you remember Chink Uger from TYT?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember when he does the of course thing?
I remember it from Stephen Crowder.
Well, yeah.
I think so.
He would just randomly open his mouth as wide as he could and go, of course!
Oh, yeah, that.
That thing.
Annoying as all hell.
Take Dr. Phil's voice, give it like that of course sound, and then just make it the phrase, "She's of age!"
No,
that's-
here's the thing.
Yes.
I listened to that call because I was involved in that situation. I'm the main one that actually squashed that shit.
Wait, Which call?
The call with FNGR and ZD about
You were in that call?
No. I was that entire. I wasn't involved in that particular call, but that situation regarding
Right.
what? Yeah, no, I'm the main one. Freaking. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember.
Just to think that either one of them, both FNGR and Buttons, have the nerve to try to like school me on anything sexual related. Get the fuck out. Like, get out.
Implying Buttons is capable of schooling you.
To be fair, I tried to be civil with Buttons, god dang it.
Yeah, trying to be civil with Buttons, like trying to be civil with an insane person. There we go.
Well, that particular video I did on that so-called class or whatnot, like she came into my DMs or whatever, and she's like, "You need to take this down." I'm going like, and she goes, "Well, we're gonna have a call with me, you, and FJ." I'm like, "No, you can talk to my co-host. I'm not talking to you guys about that. Get out of here."
Never contacted me, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Did Buttons go into your DMs?
If someone was supposed to contact me,
Here's
No,
my.
not you.
Here's my. I remember this. I remember Buttons posted some DMs somewhere with you in Chambers. He was like, "I'm done with you, Chambers. Fuck you." 2 days later, we were being buddy again. Or she was being buddy with you.
Yeah, Buttons is on and off. And right now Buttons has me blocked because I kind of giggled at both her and Spoken Mind for being logical. It's like, you guys are funny. You guys are so funny.
Like, she blocked me too, but had no provocation to do so.
You're a Vita person, alright?
I am not a Vita person!
Yes, clearly, you're in top of the barrel. You have to be this horrible person who...
You're brainwashed, Ichabod. You're brainwashed by Vita.
Oh yeah, I'm brainwashed by Vita.
Yes.
He's such a purty man.
Vita
I
controls
couldn't
the
help it. Lord, he coming!
He's so purty.
Yeah,
He's
no,
a con.
they tried telling me that I was brainwashed by Vita. Oh, Vita would go back to hating her here in the next few days. Do you guys not even know how to social? Like, how stupid are you people?
Something Vita, something close moving, something top of the barrel, something fusion. It's always that same pattern over.
Okay, to be fair, fusion is a ladyboy waiting to happen.
Have you seen the? I did a Photoshop.
I know you did the Photoshop. Show that to Chambers
I
because
will absolutely show it to you.
yeah,
my
Joe,
gosh.
because like
What did you guys do?
okay, so Step was part of some sort of stream thing that had a bot where if you put someone's face in there that it'd feminize it. And he ran a few faces through there apparently, and then he ran fusions through there. And my god, that boy is a ladyboy waiting to happen.
Some drama stuff.
I saw that stupid app going on. I didn't mess with it. It's like, can this go away? I love you, but get out of my courts. Get out of my courts.
Chords of my heart. Ah.
He keeps,
Chambers of my chords.
he keeps trying to go in there. It's like, please, no. You've disconnected my stuff before. You're not allowed in there anymore.
You're talking at
I
my heart.
bought a $25 cat tree. You know what those are? The like
Yeah.
little scratching posts. Covered it completely in catnip. There's $5 worth of catnip on this thing.
Really.
Which is like a pound of it.
Damn.
And that cat will not touch this cat tree. But the other day, I was making short ribs. And I took the tin foil off the top, balled it up, threw it towards the trash can. Didn't make it because, of course, I'm not king of the athletic people. So it bounced off. That cat has not stopped playing with that ball of tin foil in like 6 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
My cat has a fetish for napkins. Like, my little fluffy one, like, if I were to rustle one, he'd start chirping and meowing for it and trying to get it.
Nice.
Like, we can't even, like... My husband can't even clean his glasses without him getting all triggered and chirpy. It's like, can you chill out? It's not for you. So... Okay. We are a little... Go
I
ahead.
miss having a cat chirp at me.
Dude, same.
Silverbell doesn't so much, like, she doesn't chirp, but every time I, like, go to pet her, she lifts one paw and spreads it out so her claws stick out. I don't know why.
I remember my cat used to my cat used to think that he just owned my boobs.
Huh? Well, that's a
No,
cat thing.
So
well, no, it's more of a case of like he always slept on my, like when he was alive, he always slept on my chest, sort of thing. And because it was really comfy for him, and sometimes when I woke up, I woke up suddenly and yeah, I get my boobs scratched. But other times I'd wake up, and no matter what I did, I just couldn't get this cat off my fucking chest. And every time I did get the cat off my chest, he would somehow try and climb his way back up to get back on my chest again. It's like, no.
never mind.
I do not.
Ever
mean
find
this
the
in a-
picture, Step?
I do not mean this in a naughty sense. Cat probably thought your boobs are really soft, and oh, that must be good bed.
I had a black cat.
Yeah, that's exactly what he thought.
I had a black cat that loved sleeping on my chest, and he was a special needs boy, so.
My cats always do that to my belly and my man tits. Cats love a fat man's tits, just like he loves a woman's tits.
To be fair, Silverbill doesn't really lay on anybody's chest. She's just... Where the hell is she right now? Where are you, cat? I don't know. She's hiding.
I thought raccoon. Cat.
I miss having a cat.
I have a dog.
Raccoons have opposable thumbs. We can pet a cat. Step, did you find that picture yet?
I don't know. I can't find it.
Why don't you look in the barrel
I'm looking
for your, like, media posts? Use the search function.
That's what I'm doing.
I miss my cat. He was an arsehole. He was great.
There you go.
Oh, Cinder was a loudmouth.
That's all I have to say.
I have never heard a cat that loud.
Let's see. Vita Bod memes.
I have a loud cat.
I had a cat that would scream at you and he didn't get his way, and then he would pout. And that's the funniest thing. I caught him doing it the first time, and I'm going like, what the hell?
Like, literally screaming.
I have a cat named Cuddles. She's loud as hell. She'll whine and whine and whine. Then she gets her food. A little bitch to every other pet that I have.
My cat used to scratch anyone.
Why did you
When,
post a picture of a zoomed-in Stalin's crotch, Step?
Oh, because to point out that the body shape looked like a rocket ship.
Okay, I think it's cool.
Like, do you not see a rocket ship there, Ichabod?
I'm looking for Lady Fusion, okay?
I just looked and I can't find it.
I'll find it eventually.
You post that.
There you go. That's why. That was looking all kinds of weird.
You just need to quit posting so many friggin' pictures. Okay, that's when somebody called Time Lord Pony blocked you. That's just a black lady, man. What?
What?
I'm so
What-
confused.
Yeah, that's a good question. What?
I'm gonna have to get some context here, buddy. You can't just.
Yeah, I know, like, I'm confused. It's just like, what?
Yeah, no, that's all it is. It's just like a black lady in lingerie. I don't know.
Did I post that?
Yes.
Well, look at the things around it. There has to.
I'm looking for your image-based posts. All I see is what images you've posted.
Wait, you can sort by images?
Oh my god, Step, I swear to god.
Oh.
I don't know how fucking just help.
No! Figure it out yourself. You're why do you post so many weird comics? Is that the Master Sword? Why?
And then, do you think we think old people are boomers when it comes to Discord?
Oh, image.
Okay,
There we go. No one
who beat Step with a stupid stick?
Ichabod.
Get out of there! I love
haven't
you,
beat
but
you with
get
a
out of my
stupid
cords!
stick yet.
Get out of my cords!
Image.
Get out of my cords! Now! Get!
Right now, it's between me and Leo debating on who is actually gonna beat Step with the stupid stick. He didn't know what a switch was.
A switch was?
Social Injustice Warrior. Is that the actual one though? Cause I'm looking at Streambot. Who is that? Yeah, that is. It's okay. It's okay if you're late. I'm just happy you're here. Hey, dude.
Oh, that one. Okay, I think I know. Who.
Yeah, no, that's the real Social.
No, I'm
Justice
talking
Warrior.
to Ichabod. You mentioned
Oh.
the black lady. The reason I remember this now.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't want to know why you posted it, Step.
Well, you asked.
Yeah.
No, I can't find it now for some reason. I remember posting it recently.
Did you put it in a different thing? Is it not in drama?
I don't know. It's I just looked. I could just find
I
it.
thought you had this picture saved.
I did. Ah!
Not saved.
Ah, wait a second. Oh, of course it's here. I have it.
All of this just to show you what Fusion would look like if he wore lipstick and a wig. I'm just saying that's everything
No.
that we're doing right now.
For some reason, have a lot of Tucker Carlson pictures.
He
Not sure why.
he learned a new skill. He found out how to search by image on Discord.
Woohoo!
He's learning skills just to find Ladyboy Fusion. It's a mixed bag.
We're going places.
Just a mixed bag of intelligence. Really.
Speaking of funny things in regards to stuff like that, I'm doing it again, but I have a blister on my right, well, a torn blister on my right hand that I actually, okay, I got it from, I'm not joking, literally rubbing wood.
I believe it.
Not my penis.
He actually said it. God damn it.
I'm barehanded, bare left
Not
hand this
helping,
time,
Falcon.
rubbing the forearm of a rifle.
You are really not helping yourself on this. I was
You just
barehanded rubbing my forearm on the butt of a rifle.
You just have a sick mind, is what you have.
I don't know how I went there.
I've never denied this.
Okay, what the fuck?
What?
One of Toon's fucking accounts just sent me a no.
Ew.
Step.
No.
Find
Gonna-
the picture.
Deny that. Literally, literally, what did Toon critics fucking all say?
I don't give a crap what
Hey,
Toon's doing.
hey,
He's weird. Find the picture.
I'm finding the picture.
Hey, later you need to send that to FNGR. I think FNGR is still
I
sniffing
did.
around that.
I
Okay.
put the picture in the fucking Skype chat. I spammed the word help. So now I'm gonna go back to looking for the picture.
Oh my gosh.
This is why I save things, because I categorize
No,
my
I have
folders.
all these pictures saved. The problem is I saved so many fucking pictures on a.
Why don't you categorize them? Make folders!
This is my iPhone. I'm lazy.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not that hard to make a bunch of
No, of
folders
course.
and then organize all your needs and reactions. Not that hard step.
How about you go-
He's doing it on an iPhone.
No, you can.
I have a
Send them to a computer.
Thank you. Now put it somewhere. Jesus.
If at minimum, email it to yourself or
Okay,
something.
I'm gonna
Make
put
a
it-
make a Dropbox. Something.
Just put it in the main hall.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the before and after picture here.
do it.
Do it.
Here's a before
I don't know
picture,
what I'm doing with this hair.
right?
Ew.
All right, I put it in the main hall. Here's a before
Okay.
The
picture.
sad part is that's still not far from the end result.
All right, and here's the after picture.
Hold on, let me.
Oh shit! That
God
Ew.
damn.
that actually
Oh.
looks like a woman.
I know, right?
There's really no difference. Like that's.
Oh, I did ZD too.
Oh.
This one's funny.
really.
We don't
This one's
care
actually
about
funny.
CD.
No, this one's actually
Fusion's
funny.
the lady boy here.
No, frick you, N-word. Let me put this picture.
Vicious.
Aw, he looks adorable.
Doesn't he though?
Just
Alright,
put
You
that
make
on the
it adorable.
4chan B
check it.
poll.
Let's check it. There's the before picture.
Oh,
That's
no.
ZD. And feminist.
It's her change.
That's not good.
Yeah, there's not a whole big change there. That said, I'm gonna show you what you should have done with this picture. Give me 5 minutes.
Uh with her hair. I'm just.
I did Anthony too. Apparently, this one didn't.
Why did
No.
you do it? Yeah, dude.
Nah, the issue with this one is this one doesn't really look that fucking different.
I remember Steph posting this one.
I actually tried out that thing. Yeah.
I left that app alone.
Oh yeah, there we go.
What
That's what
happens
that
if
looks like.
you do that
Can you?
to a woman's face?
Okay, that actually sounds like F and G are laughing, and that's like, don't.
Right. What else did I do?
Flood in hair is so annoying to draw.
I think that's the end of it. Yep, that's all of them.
I haven't actually tried out that app. Yeah.
I left the app alone. Everybody kept doing like, oh
It
well,
was
I'm a guy
this
now.
dude with the
No.
glasses.
I remember it was in the horse news chat. I got it.
Do they have a an app that does the exact opposite of that?
What makes a woman into a guy? I don't know.
It's the
Yeah,
same.
they
It's the
have
same
that.
app. It's the same app. I thought people were just swapping their gender or whatnot.
I use Snapchat and immediately delete the account. That's literally all I use.
That was the one. That was the one I posted.
Yeah. I got rid of my acne problem, so that's good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Just
well
do
too.
The cliche
Goddamn.
thing. I didn't want to do the cliche thing, but oh well.
That actually looks kind of. It's creepy in the sense of looking at yourself as a fucking lady.
Yeah, I didn't mess with that app because it's just like no.
No.
I got tired of seeing that stupid app. Like everywhere's like, oh look, I'm a guy. No, please stop.
I remember someone
What do
did a
you,
meme.
what do you think? Do you think?
Oh.
Do you think I'll be an ugly man, or do you think I'll?
Well, only one way to find out.
Why do you
Well, my
look so
question from
sad
my
in that
question from
picture?
earlier was already answered.
Because crippling depression.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Let's see what other random pictures I have in my phone.
I look sad in all my pictures. It's called it's
Stop
called
looking
inability
so
to
sad.
smile.
I already know you are.
She's been to the farthest edges of the edgy life.
Okay, yay for improvising.
There you go. That's all you should have done.
Mr. Porter.
Ooh, what did you naughty children do now?
None. Worry about it.
And Ichabod, that is horrible.
Falcon, why do you sound so like
That's
muffled?
all I could do. My hands do not work anymore.
Well, when I talk,
Yeah, you just sounded like really muffled.
That was Gundam.
Oh.
well, that also is my fan.
So.
Deep throat the mic, gun dog. I can't hear you.
I said I had to switch my mic.
Not you, Step.
My mic's too big for me to. Or anyway.
What?
So my mic is too big.
His microphone.
What were you thinking of?
Yeah, Ichabod, the fuck.
Yeah, what were you?
Chambers started freaking out. I was like, no, Mike. He said Mike.
I have a picture of Rendrick for some reason.
Reminding me of stuff like that. I showed Tina Chambers' new avatar, and she said it looks like a Russian penis.
It is not. Oh my gosh, freaking.
How do you?
I'm not joking.
Oh, apparently I have a picture of Fusion dabbing.
I didn't think of that.
Hey, you want to see a
Hey,
picture of
Stab.
Fusion dabbing?
Everybody keeps telling me
Stop.
it looks phallic looking, and it's just like, it's not a phallic. Stop it, you idiots.
Hey, Step.
What?
Do you want to know why Evan GR likes America so much?
What are we doing?
Come on. Oh, that was rough. No, not what I'm talking about. because the minimum wage, $7 an hour. It's a
Seven-
living
$7.25.
wage, my man.
Oh my god. You guys are gonna get
Back
me
in the
so much shit.
1980s.
Actually,
I
it's
don't argue
it's
stuff.
$7.25.
Shakespeare loved the stage, my man.
Oh my gosh.
You have to
Obama was all about change,
engage,
my
my
man.
man.
You're really gonna get him
Hey.
knocking on my door asking why
Hey,
people are
hey,
talking
hey,
shit
hey,
about him on my stream, damn it.
Hey,
I'm
where
not
did
talking
they?
shit,
Hold on,
it's just
shush,
a
shush,
funny
shush.
line.
Chambers, you let in crazy people from
Yeah,
the
hold on.
internet.
Where did they put the endangered tiger?
Do you think in
a cage,
Skyrim?
my man.
They gave
Do you think if he plays Skyrim, he plays a mage,
Cage,
my
my
man?
man.
You guys need help.
There's just so many words that rhyme with it.
I swear.
If he pierces his ears, do you think he'll get a gauge,
Cage,
my man?
Do you guys like do this in barrel? Is it like a favorite meme in the barrel now?
No, this is just my favorite meme.
We do have barrel memes though. For example, Batman. This guy, QDEV2, did a video on fusion, and he put on this fucking plague doctor mask and fucking a hoodie and a semen stained pants.
Ew.
He did he did the finger wagging no thing. You know,
Yeah.
His clothes needed a change, my man.
Oh
Funny interruption. My hand is now. I now have some blood on the rifle. I don't
That-
think that's good.
No, that's not a good thing.
And I need to get it off before it stains the stock.
yeah, that would probably, unless you're going for like that zombie beat the shit out
then
of
you'd have to get your stock changed, my man.
What is 1943 in Russian? So
Ah.
Talking. Oh my god.
Oh, the rifle name. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to do this genie look. I don't draw genies, man, but for some reason I wanted to draw one.
You think if he had a BlackBerry, he'd get a page, my man?
Oh my god.
I was
Chambers,
actually thinking about.
is it going to have the same
I
voice
was
as
just
Robin
trying to think
Williams?
of a joke.
No.
I mean, Robin
My
Williams was
argument-
clearly the superior cheat.
Who else saw the live action Aladdin?
I haven't, but I heard that they turned Jasmine to a feminist.
No, they turned Jasmine into an actually a better character, I argue, than the original.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to the
That's
original, I think
interesting.
this one was characterized.
This is why we need to throw Step in the highway.
Oh shit.
I have to go drive a few hundred miles tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, just throw
Step,
him out of a movie.
come on over.
good. And then would you walk 500 more?
Just to be the man that walked 1,000 miles through snow.
No,
Go.
Dad, stop. Damn it.
Oh, Steam. Did you finish the
Can't listen to that song. That song is just no.
What song
Yeah,
is it?
we kind of.
500 miles by the Proclaimers. They're a Canadian band, so Sheldon resonates with them deep.
Oh, fuck.
No,
Nay?
didn't quite work.
That's-
You never notice how Sheldon unironically goes A?
I don't know why. You better behave.
Didn't Fuddy used to go A on occasion?
Who?
Eh, what'd you say?
A. Oh, fuck off.
Didn't Fuddy used to go A on occasion?
What a wonderful kind of day.
I don't understand that, eh?
Have a good day, my man.
Okay, it's gold.
Yeah, it's old
We
now.
gotta disengage, my man. Okay.
Gotta
I agree.
It's done.
I agree. Ichabod, are you
All right,
drunk?
all right. I'll drop it.
I know Ichabod isn't.
Now I'm in rage mode.
Okay, stop!
Now Steve's doing it.
You fucking Brit. Holy shit.
Okay, now
Jobs
now we
available
now
for
we
me.
need to bring back the B-36s.
5%.
Why? Oh yeah.
I do have a question for everyone. I don't know how long you guys are wanting to go. I did say, because for some reason I'm starting to notice some driver hiccups on my tablet. Like, there's 2 to 3 hiccups. I was wondering if you wanted to see how I did things or how I made my stream cards or whatnot, if you guys are interested at all. If anyone is like interested in streaming OBS and
I don't see
We have 3 people watching the stream right now. I need to share it out because I don't think I did that yet.
I already know how to do title cards, so...
Yeah, me too. But
I'm curious how you specifically did yours because, like, didn't you make some of them from scratch?
I made all of them from scratch. So yeah, no, I saved this. So we'll probably save this for another time. I might play with it more. Her hand was driving me nuts. Okay, so let me open up a PSD file here, make sure that OBS is still pulling up. Okay, so,
That reminds me, Minto's me art.
well,
oh,
that's
she
true.
does? Let's see. What would be the best?
Yeah, gotta.
What stream theme are you guys interested in me showing you? Just like in general, or I know Ichabod, did you have like a specific one that you wanted to see the stuff to, or?
Oh, I was kind of curious how you did like the. I can't shade. Every piece of art I've ever done is like color based, but I use Krita, so I'm not quite sure what tool you would use to shade.
Kratos? Are you talking? I don't know what that is. Is that a digital?
Yeah, it's a digital drawing thing, but it's Step. I swear to God, if you repeat this anywhere, I will hurt you. Its main mascot thing is like a furry, and it's just like widely used for like furry DeviantArt people, and that is.
Actually,
That's not how I found it. I found it. I think didn't I find it through you, Steam?
Hey,
which one was it?
Krita.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Not entirely.
gonna
I
say-
don't think so. Critter?
Who the heck
What's a
showed
Krita?
me Krita? Here, let me spell it out.
Crota?
Whatever, Kroger.
but yeah,
Crota.
what I do for mine specifically, like I will turn right now. I'll bring up like the recent theme I just added balloons to. Let me turn that off, that off, that off. Everything gets off. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll set up how I want stuff in OBS, and I will print screen it. And the thing with OBS and your canvas is they have to be the same dimensions, the same resolution. So what I have, and this goes for my videos too. Let me see if this shows up on my OBS. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so
You look so like sourpuss in that screenshot.
yeah, it was.
Like displeased.
Yeah, it was a bad one. But yeah, so what I'll like to do is 3420 pixels width by 1924 pixels height, and that translates into 6.84 inches by 3.84 inches at 500 res. So like I said, I will do a print screen like a template, and then I'll begin to build around it. So here's like I'll use the pen tool and do like the frames or whatnot and color it in. Now what I won't do is, because like you'll see this is a whole separate PSD file, this orange and this white spade, which that actually has a mask on it. So if I were to click that, the mask would be off. Or if I was actually scoot that, let me scoot that aside. So yeah, this is the entire pic or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
See, that makes a lot more sense, because what I just do is I just build it all in OBS, and it lags everything.
yeah, the more something with OBS, and depending on how many data you're uploading, like how many megabytes per upload, whether that's on Ethernet or Wi-Fi. The more graphics you have, the more the OBS has to process, the more it's gonna lag and buffer, especially if the connection's not that strong. Because OBS pretty much acts as a middleman. I'm not an expert at OBS. But that's something that I have noticed, and I had like those issues on my previous laptop and before I upgraded my internet. That I could not do so much as crazy graphics. What's another one I could show off? Are you getting sleepy there, Steam?
What?
What time is it there for you anyway?
I'm always sleepy. It's not
3:30 a.m.
Holy shit.
3:30 a.m. in the morning.
God damn.
Yep, that sounds like you, Steve.
To be fair, I usually stay up until 5 a.m. So.
Oh.
I
Go ahead.
I know, I was just kind of dozing off.
Well, if you need to drop out, Steam, there's I appreciate you coming on, but if you need to go and get some sleep, I mean, by all means, don't let me keep you.
Yeah, I'll probably
Tell
get
her
a
about
better
Letterkenny before you go.
Letter what?
Letterkenny.
Hey?
The show we were watching?
Oh, right, the
Canadian thing, yeah.
Sure. It's a comedy show, and it has Hicks in it.
Go to bed,
Yeah.
Steve. You're too tired.
Good night, Steve.
Yes, please get some sleep.
It's like a mixture of rural humor and Canadian humor, and it's a amazing show.
Steam, if you don't go to bed, you're gay.
Step, I swear to God.
You're grounded.
I beat you to it.
Oh, get destroyed, kid.
I'm gonna ground my foot in your ass.
Are you threatening a minor?
I have been threatening a minor for like a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did we forget about the beaten stick?
Going to jail.
Oh my gosh. Have a good night.
Oh, fair
Steam.
enough. You know,
Nice.
you know I can't explain movies very well.
No,
Shows very well.
You're fair. Like we did watch, what was it, Ninja Warrior? No, not Ninja Warrior. Yeah, no, it was Ninja Warrior, the movie. And we still haven't done the review of that yet.
Yeah, and all I can think of is ninjas in modern day, and that's it. That's all I can think of.
You don't remember the spinny knife chain?
No, I remember
That
one.
just-
No, I
the
just
old
remember. I remember bad CGI blood and ninjas.
That just sounds like a bad movie. Just from
Oh,
the
it
title.
was. That was why that's why I made her watch it. Was because I review bad movies.
Was it like that B-rated stuff?
It's not. It was a high budget film when it was produced,
Oh.
but like it just the premise was so lame. It just wasn't a great premise, and they set it up for a sequel that never happened.
Oh.
I can't do movie reviews very well. You know this. Like, I don't
Yeah,
have a
we
attention
do them
span.
better live.
Because if I'm bored, I just make fun of the movie.
Yeah, that's why we do it better live.
Yeah, we should have done it live.
The streaming platform D Live sounds suspiciously worse than Plex Storm was.
No, D-Live is actually pretty good. Dark has been using it because YouTube struck his channel.
No, I mean the name.
Oh yeah, the name is pretty crap. D-Live.
Like,
What was the one streaming site where you could literally do
Wait, what?
sorry, Gundoji. Super
I'm-
cut out.
I know. There was this one streaming site where you could literally do anything on it.
Are you
It
talking
would be
about
like a
streaming?
thing. Maybe I don't think it was streaming. I think it was like
The one you could just be like outright naked on.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Plex Storm. That's what I was talking about.
Blackthorn, okay.
Jeez.
No.
I quite like.
I actually have a Plex Storm story, but go ahead, Steve.
No, I'm saying I quite like D-Live because D-Live's just way better than YouTube when it comes to like being a viewer on it.
But does it have live D?
But that's the thing, D-Live is not better in regards to terms of service. If they don't like you, if they get into flack, you're gone.
Oh, that's true.
That's what happened with Worski and Ralph. Granted, Worski and Ralph kind of take trouble with them wherever they go, but I mean...
Well, like, there was Streamy, but the reason why Streamy failed was, well, it was a little bit Cognitive Thought's fault, really. He kept showing people fucking dying on streams, and that, like people go, oh, you can't blame him for it, but
Entire platform on COG.
he was one of the biggest.
I'm
He was
kidding.
one of the biggest live streamers.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
he was one of the biggest.
I heard it because like the owner of the site got shot.
I don't think it was that. I think it might have been because
StreamMe closed down because people threatened the owner's family, and he pulled the plug, and the site is not coming back from what I've seen. Because I had just opened up a freaking account with the StreamMe, and I went to go try to use it, or I was going to. It's just like, well, guess that's
it was
no
multiple
go.
things. Yeah, it was multiple. It was multiple things. It was legal troubles and doxing and so.
We walk a fine line as content creators. Shut up, Stab.
Marks.
That was me,
So-
dude.
About the Plex Storm thing, right? So, like, what this basically was Twitch without the adult content filter. So it was just people playing video games, but they'd get naked and do, like, the weird porn stuff, right? I don't remember. It was in Optic Decay's server. Frodo was his name, but he had ended up saying, "Hey, check out this Plex Storm streamer. They're having I don't even think it was like they're having a hard time with the game. It was just like they just looked sad." So I was like, okay, fine, screw it. I go on this website, and here is this half-naked girl, like one of those like super skimpy bikinis with the like thong bottoms, right? And she's playing Final Fantasy VII, and for 2.5 hours, I had to give her a tutorial via the chat on how to get Yuffie in her party to progress the storyline.
She's a freaking boob tuber. God, those people are.
Yeah, no, she was a boob tuber, but she was a pot tuber. Like, she would smoke a bunch of pot and get naked. But that's beside the point. Like, this whole stream, like, the concept of, like, a booby streamer, right, is people give them donations and they do stuff. Like, this particular one had, like, I guess it was nipple clamps. And every time she gets so much of a donation, she'd put them on and just, like, jiggle around, like, whatever. Nobody cares. But, like, 2.5 hours, no donation. Nobody was giving this girl any money. And she was struggling with this game. And I just felt this ping of when I first played Final Fantasy VII, I could not figure out this exact same thing. So I'm going onto like tutorial sites, looking up quick ways to do it. Turns out she was in the complete wrong part of the map, stuck on a river half the time I was trying to tell her, no, go back to the forest area.
I finally
2.5 hours.
I finally actually checked the Discord server announcements bar for first time in a very, very long time. Chambers, happy birthday.
Thank you. Are you not watching the feed? You not like notice the balloons?
I'm actually not. Yeah, I'm not watching the feed at all. I'm actually scrolling through Amazon looking at calipers.
Hey, where's my picture, damn it?
Wait, what picture?
Oh, when he put the logo I designed for him on his plane.
Oh,
I got it printed. Sunday. Tomorrow's the drive, about 1,000-mile round trip day. I'm not looking forward to that. Sunday it's Magneto and the putting the vinyl on. Now it's weird vinyl. It's not the kind. It's some really weird kind of vinyl that you actually stick on and you have to leave it there. You don't just stick it on and then work out the bubbles and then peel off the backing. You actually have to leave the backing on for a day. I've never heard of that before.
It's so. I wonder if it's so like the adhesive material can properly stick, and because from what it sounds like, if you try to peel it up, the backing right now it'd probably take the design with it.
Yeah.
So,
At least part of it.
yeah. Oh, I hate this.
So I'm gonna put that on Sunday.
You know, speaking of calendars, do you remember the whole Lovely Ladies for Men's Rights calendar that Modern Medusa did?
Oh, you mean like Magog was doing?
Sorry, I didn't catch you. What?
Like Magog was doing? Yeah, that was a project that Magog was doing with several others where he was taking part of it.
Yeah, I applied to be one of the dudes in the digital calendar.
Did you not hear anything back, or?
Oh,
What, Sam?
I remember that I got asked if I wanted to do it, and I said no.
We don't have enough cog pasties for that, but no, like it's not that I haven't heard back. It's that it's kind of ambiguous because I keep checking the Patreon for it, and like confirmed male models I'm not listed, but I did send in my pictures.
Apparently
Yes, they were the pirate pictures. Step, you shut the hell up.
No, I was gonna say apparently I accidentally fell asleep.
I was just messing with you, but fair enough. You know I'm just giving you shit half the time, right?
What?
I asked if I could send in like a drawing or whatnot. Like I wasn't gonna do anything lewd, but I was gonna send like an image of like my dark avatar or whatnot. But it goes, well, no, I want real life. It's like, it's too much money, because I wasn't gonna spend anything just for that. But at the same time, it just, because I was thinking about, this is nothing to Magog or anything like that, but it's just like, well, how would my husband feel with me and a bunch of, a calendar full of pics of other ladies like that? So it's just like, yeah, no, never mind.
I mean, Ren does it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not Ren.
I know, I'm kidding. I know you're a bit more conservative.
Even Chagrin is in it. And that
I
surprised me.
know, I saw the women in it and went like, oh yeah, no, there's definitely way better people that can do this better than me, so I just didn't do it.
Steam, you could absolutely be in that calendar.
No, I
I
can't.
agree.
What do you think, Step? You're
No, but
basically the middle ground here.
yeah, but like the calendar.
It's basically like one of the girly calendars where they're like half dressed and stuff, in bikini and whatnot.
So like the
A
ones you
little
see
bit
at
more
offices,
dressed than the
right?
girly calendar.
Like the ones you see at offices.
Yeah, the ones you see at offices. Do you think
Okay.
Steam could pull off a calendar like that?
Maybe. Possibly.
I mean, take just like the top hat and like the open shirt with the just like a
What?
button done to cover up the chest.
I was asleep for like 5 minutes. How the fuck is this?
Wait, what?
I think you could pull it off. I think you're attractive enough for it.
I don't think so.
Oh, there you go.
What, Step? You're drifting, bud. What?
Oh, I cannot understand you, buddy.
What?
I already understand. Closer to the mic, Step. Or just smack the microphone, whatever works.
I accidentally dropped it.
Oopsie.
Oh, that's what
Well,
you
there we
call
go.
it.
I can kind of hear you.
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Even her mom's like, what the fuck
What are you doing, man?
Oh, man.
That Step really is grounded.
Can we get some
Second
F's in the
time
chat? Can we get some F's in the chat?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. When did I fall off my chair again?
No, he knocked over his mic. I can still hear somebody yelling
I
at
thought
the background Step.
he got kicked out of his chair.
That's funny.
Dude, if you're so tired you're laughing at nothing, go lay down. Go to bed, Step.
You're delusional.
Listen,
What was it that you started, like, falling out of your chair laughing at the other day?
Fucking
Jace came in and just said anal beads, and he just started dying.
what the hell?
That was it.
He
No,
needs
that's all
help.
he said. And then just steps, like, falling out of his chair, laughing.
I think I genuinely have that thing that disorder where you just start laughing at random shit. Because it's getting worse. I genuinely feel something. Oh well. What can I do about it?
What the? Why is one of Ghidorah's heads going burp?
There you go. That's a picture of me, like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I think.
Is that Rodan?
I'll not forget the comic. I promise.
Is that Rodan?
Yeah, it is.
Come on, that you could pull off that calendar, Stan.
No.
Have all this random Halloween shit.
What?
Or was this taken during Halloween?
It's not Halloween shit, but fair enough.
Where did you guys
Ouch.
post it?
With,
Main
with some
hall.
with some lighter colors. Steam would look really good on that calendar.
Ichabod, have you
Okay.
seen the new Godzilla King of the Monsters?
What?
No, I haven't seen the new Godzilla yet.
Yeah,
Leo has
yeah,
told me I'm
literally
required to
one
see
of
it.
Ghidorah's head is full of surf.
I wear, like, dark makeup because I don't really like light makeup. Light makeup makes me look
You look fine, Steam. Jesus.
so bad. I'm just gonna delete this.
Aww.
Good.
Hey,
But I'm-
no, it's
Steam.
Steam, it's
But I'm
fine.
thinking with some lighter colored clothes, some lighter color, a little bit lighter colored lipstick, you would look really nice.
Maybe a dark red.
Yeah, dark red.
Yeah.
Go with the bloodless. Go with the blood.
Yeah, like the crimson.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like
I'm gonna go.
Alright, good night, Steam.
Good night.
Good night.
You're almost-
Good night, sleep well.
Steam. No, she's gone.
She's
Reminding
been
me of
fine.
Red. I have some good news.
What?
The blood is out of the rifle, out of the wood.
Oh.
That's good.
We're still talking about you polishing your rifle.
No.
Hey,
what's
it's the
wrong with
last
that?
step with linseed oil. Hey, dude, it's the last step when you're linseed oiling a stock. Like, you know that super shiny finish you'll see
I
on
don't want to know about you oiling your stock, Falcon.
No, okay.
I'm
You know the
I'm
really
messing
shiny-
with you. I know what you're talking about.
You know the really shiny finish with
Yeah,
like
the varnish.
army, like with army drill their rifles that they use. Those are all in linseed oil.
Huh?
I'm confused.
He's.
To be fair.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Chambers.
I was just gonna say, he's talking about how keeping the stock, the wooden part nice. You have to keep it oiled and whatnot so it doesn't become weather damaged.
Okay.
Well, what it is the once you've sanded it right, a lot of people sand to 1,000 grit. I sanded it to a 7,000 grit paper. Then use a damp, clean cloth, wipe it with the grain to get all the dust off, let it dry overnight, and then it's going to take 3 or 4 coats just to saturate the wood. Depending on if it's a soft wood, it'll just suck it right real quick. Hard woods like walnut, it'll take a few minutes, but it'll still suck it pretty quick.
Am I the only one, like, listening to this and hearing terrible innuendos?
Yeah, it does
Yes.
sound pretty bad.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Okay,
think
and then
so.
you put on a couple coats, and then you let it sit in the sun for a few minutes, and then you start buffing it. First with a real soft rag, and then you're finished buffing with your bare hand.
Phone chambers.
Dang! I mean, we got
that
two quick steps.
That wasn't me.
That was Chambers' phone.
Thank you, Chambers, for the
Chambers.
deafness.
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna head out.
Later, Step.
Bye.
Later.
That's it.
And then there were 4. There.
Give me 1 sec, guys.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay, so now real insult step hours can begin.
What?
I said now that step's gone, real insult step hours can begin.
Oh yeah, real non-step hours. Who up?
Yeah.
To be fair, we got like 6 minutes left, so.
Damn, it's already been 2 hours.
I came in like half an hour after everything started because, like, I had this. So I was functional and awake at like 3, and then 3:55, because that was the last time I was like talking to Steam, and then nothing for like 3 hours. I kind of came to about 7:30. I have no idea what was going on. Just complete mistime. I have no clue.
That kind of sounds like boomerness.
And it's less a boomer thing and more probably a stroke.
Ah,
I don't know if it would be a stroke.
even more boom.
Yeah, like just 3 hours of mistime. I have no idea what happened. Come on now, we gotta make up for Chambers being on the phone. Talk about things.
Yeah.
No dead air.
I'm
Dead
thinking.
air.
I
No
don't know about
dead
you
air.
guys,
Sabe.
but I'm thinking how
Whoa, Sabe.
Ichabod more than anybody can make a sexual innuendo, a sexual reference about anything.
Okay,
Sorry about
Falcon.
that.
The phrase you said was it's sucking the soft wood and it really sucks the hard wood.
No.
Come on, that is inherently sexual.
No, if it is softwood, it sucks up the oil real quick.
Absorb. Use the word absorb.
I mean,
Dude, Dude, I went from it took me about a minute to start rubbing the oil, a thick layer of the oil, a thick coat from the butt of the stock all the way to the other end, which this is a really long stock compared to other rifles. And by the time I got to the top, the end of it, only about a minute, the butt was bone dry, and about halfway up the stock as well.
Okay.
So it was like, damn.
Oh, I
mean, it's like I always used to laugh at like mafia movies when like the Godfather would always put out here. So he was like, Uncle Tony, go and put the screws to him.
You degenerates.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
you, Ichabod.
there are manners in the gutter.
you
He's like,
you
"What?
watched my show, Falcon. You know I'm a degenerate.
Sorry about the phone call. What?
Probably owns a raccoon suit.
Yeah, is everything going okay?
Oh yeah, no.
Winter.
Gun dog.
Do something.
My husband's rig is in the shop, and it could be for the next week or so. He hit a deer. So, FYI, if you're driving a semi-truck and you have a deer jump out in the middle of the road, keep going because your truck is going to win. Now, what's kind of the messed up part
Well,
is that he was just...
you know what they say.
What?
What do you do when you hit a deer? Eat up.
No, it just... Because that's a 4-ton engine, but it still did some damage. Like, with a automatic rig, you have a sensor in the front of the nose which controls your cruise control. So if it notices that you're like coming too close, it'll slow down the truck. So that got messed up and started to stop the truck with no one there. And then his emergency brakes don't work anymore, or the air pressure is too low. So, and I'm sorry, this is maybe a little bit way over your heads, but when you go to do a pre-trip or post-trip, you're supposed to do a couple of air tests, and you're supposed to push down on the pedal. I think it's like the gas pedal like 5 times, and both the trailer brake and the emergency brake is supposed to pop out. I think the emergency one or the trailer one's at 50 psi and the emergency one at 45. Well, his wasn't popping out till 20 psi, which is against DOT, and it's inspection week. So his truck was just in the shop to fix some minor things, and then he hit a deer, which you can't avoid. You can't swerve a 4-ton engine off the road. So yeah, it's back in the shop because I guess it was a really big bunk, I'm going to assume, because it tore off a good chunk of his bumper. Yeah, so I might have to go drive 2 hours to go pick him up if they can't get him a
Did
little
it kill the deer?
Huh?
Did it kill the deer?
Yeah, more than likely, a 4-ton engine versus deer. Deer's gonna die.
I mean, I've seen them things ricochet off some pretty big trucks before.
Who was it that told me? I think it was Ronan, Maddie's husband, said that he was going, I think, 60 to 70 miles an hour on an interstate when a deer jumped out and exploded, and it's just like, oh, so gross.
Didn't Magnus hit a deer once?
It was either Magnus or Ronan, because I've talked to both of them about advice about trucking or whatnot for my husband, so I can't remember which one told the story to me.
Well, I remember the one Ronan hit, like, popped.
Yeah, no, yeah, Ronan.
I thought Magnus hit one and it just, like, bounced.
I don't know. Somebody had a deer explode at them, and it was gross. They're like, yeah, there's, like, stuff everywhere. It's like, okay, I don't need to know, but...
It's like chunky Campbell's soup.
Ugh. But anyway, something I forgot to mention when it comes to like my stream formats, because this is also important for you to do if you guys do want to make your own stuff. Come on. There we go. Okay, so when you guys go to save, because if you look at the feed, I have what looks to be a white background. And then I go to turn the white background off. What's very important now, because you have pixels exposed, what's very important is that you save this as what's a PNG or portable network graphic. So when you go to put it in OBS, let me see if I can print screen it real quick. Print screen.
Off chance, could you remove a green screen background from a GIF image?
A green, that I honestly don't know. I know you can make GIFs without a background on them.
Well, it's just Arcater made a bobblehead thing, and I was gonna put it on on the intro screen for my streams, but I have no idea how to get rid of the green background.
That's the thing. I've never
pull it up.
Yeah, I've never heard of getting rid of the backgrounds on a GIF. I mean, that you would probably have to break it down frame by frame. I've never tried it before, But yeah, I did a print screen or a screenshot of what my setup is on my OBS just for my main theme. But if you look right here, is I have it on top and I have me and the YouTube chat behind it or on the bottom. So
Yeah.
it's very important to have it as PNG because you could do all sorts of things with it. So that's just how I have set up. And anytime I want to do a new theme, I have like a basic format for how the overall stream theme is. So I kind of have my own template. And then if I want to insert like a new theme to it, say like the throne room, the sea, the new one I just did. Let me show another one. Let's do the throne room. Okay. Yeah, all those green lines are guides, so they're kind of annoying. But again, it's...
So-
Go ahead.
Like a brief question for posterity. Do you do commissions of any kind?
I do. I just haven't had a commission for a while. I recently finished one up a few weeks ago that was way overdue. But are you talking about for stream theme commissions?
Oh, I was just putting it out there if somebody watches after the stream.
I thought about it, but here's the thing. I wouldn't know what to charge, and then at the same time, because there'd be details, they would have to set up things on their end. Like I said, they would have to either... let me shut all this off here.
Oh, I just mean in general.
Yeah, no, I do commissions in general. No, I do. I've actually thought about trying to do moving backgrounds, or like the little background. See, like what Sinatra has, like the MOVs, which you play as a media source.
Yeah.
Granted, the crazy line work and that other stuff I can't do, but there is some stuff that I am able to do. Let me see if I can actually throw some.
From the chat, your boy Pat says, "Happy birthday, Chambers."
Oh, thank yous. Let me see if I can actually...
Pat's cool.
Yeah, I had watched a lot of streams, and I think before things went to crap, my favorites that I had where people were set up were the Kumite had a good setup. The Cunt stream had a good setup before stuff happened with it.
See, the Kumite had a good setup because of Vamp. Like, whatever people could say about Vamp, she's very talented at that, like, setup stuff. And running the stream.
Yeah. And I know some of that stuff was bought too. But you know, like I said, the Kumite had a very good setup for when I was presenting videos, the chat, the overlay, and because I will admit, I'll still poke in at the whatever Tonka Jam, whatever the hell it's called now. The setup is nowhere compared to what it used to be. I do know that Vamp is starting to strike out her own in regards to streaming, like with covering.
Oh yeah, she was on with Illuminati the other day.
Illuminati? I'm not sure who that is.
She's a Reddit YouTuber. She's very talented at what she does, which is like poking fun at certain things. Good YouTuber if you ever want to just see like the Reddit style or like videos about the posts and stuff.
Yeah, let me see if I can actually open up a GIF in Photoshop, because I don't know if I actually can.
Oh, see, that's cool.
Yeah, this actually moves. Let me see. Oh, does it? Let me see if it plays. Hold on. Yes. Okay. So this is now that I have the graphics and a high-end computer, and actually have now my video pad. This is supposed to be a moving background for any type of video. Now, it's in GIF form, so of course you're going to see this type of thing, but if it was in video format, you wouldn't have all that weird color, or what's called we're dithering, and dithering is when you do a GIF, you only have 256 colors at your disposal, and that's how it renders out. So that's why you see like those weird patchy things, because there's some hues and saturations it's not able to render.
Yeah, that's why it looks kind of janky.
Yeah, but when you have a movie file or MOV, you're gonna have you're still gonna have like your smooth shading and all that. So I need to go back and mess with some of this stuff. But yeah,
oh hell, it still looks cool.
Yeah, I think I used a reference picture for that. Where is it? Yeah, I just looked up a reference picture and added another ball, and so.
Yeah, it's basically what do they call it? A Tesla coil, but with balls.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've taken the time to play with stuff. I mean, granted, I'm not that big of a YouTuber. I'm really not.
Hey, you're bigger than me.
Well, see, I don't know. Like I said, I would love to start selling stream themes, but like the hardest thing would be to get proper templates from people. Like I have my own template that I can build off of. Oh, that's that weird. Yeah, I stopped using those. Where's the GIF? Yeah, the timing was just hurting people's heads. So yeah, like I had this GIF running for a while, but it was just like, I don't know. Another little GIF I did. But yeah, it just...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was because, like, there needed to be more frames of the thank you and then the come again, because it, like, did that seizure thing.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't supposed to be, like, slow. It was supposed to be, like, really fast, almost like a neon light or something. So, and then this one I did. Yeah. And then this is, like, the recent one I did. So, yeah, I don't know. I've played with this stuff a lot, and I'm playing with it more still, and so I don't know how I would even go about charging for a stream theme or for just to make moving backgrounds or a media source, because I've heard it said that you only need at least like 30 seconds for it to be smooth and not clunky, and so.
Well, I'd say, like, what you do is, and this is just my personal thoughts on the thing. You charge for the main art design, and then you charge, like, $1 or $2 per additional frame of movement.
Yeah, because some of these, let me get into, because you saw, like, the electric rod had about, hold on, had about like 10 frames. Yeah, had about 10 frames. But here's the thing: if I were to do the overall design, because when you're animating things like this, you could do frames on repeat. So like 2 and 6 are pretty much. Oh nope, what is it? 7? Where is? Some frames are repeats of each other.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what it is, how complicated it is. So, because I've been debating whether or not to advertise it or not. It's just like, it's a lot of work and a lot of time, and then so.
And then you got to figure out what to charge, and then you've got to actually get people to pay it rather than just be like, I totally am gonna pay you, and then they never freaking pay you.
Yeah. Oh, here's like this one was a bit more, I want to say, complicated or whatnot. So again, that's that 256 rendering. But yeah, just light bulbs. Just out of nowhere, I had an idea for light bulbs. But something like that where they have individual colors, and if you want like a pattern of animation.
Yeah.
Let me see, because this one's the yucky one. Let me try opening up the other one. Does this, no, because no, I had one that didn't look so gross looking. We'll find them. But yeah.
And just just as a weird side note, while I was in the barrel, I think a few hours ago, like somebody was posting pictures of cute animals. They posted a gif of a seal spinning in a circle with a toy saxophone. Set that thing to epic sax guy. Hilarious. Could not stop laughing.
That is funny. Oh yeah, this was like my very first stream theme that I used. So the frames are too fast, but with Photoshop you can go in and individually set the frames. I don't have Flash. I don't have any Adobe Creator stuff. I have a cracked CS6 and video pad that's paid for. That's about it. So.
Don't admit to having cracked programs, Chambers.
Oh,
I'm doing this.
It's been a while. I got it when I was at trade school or whatnot, so. Yeah, I got it from someone because their computers, the school's computers literally was the equivalent of having STDs because they never took care of their equipment and there were viruses, and my friend got one called a recycler virus to where it literally deleted all of her files, pulled them into a recycler bin, and I think even duplicated the recycle bin. So she had files that were continuously going missing off her computer. Not good. So it's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not doing that. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys coming out. I know it's like low key, so, but I hope you guys had fun.
Hey, it's your birthday. How could I not show up?
So, no, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll think about like doing, because like I said, I do commissions in general, but when it comes to the stream theme stuff, because my art is off the wall. I don't know who would want these particular type of themes, and they would have to have so much set up right. They would have to have their OBS, I guess you call it canvas, or screen to the proper res, and then I would have to set it to the proper res, and so it'd be a lot.
Now, it's a weird concept, but you could do illustrations for bad fan fiction, and like have somebody read it out. No, think about it. Like that's not a bad idea. Like you'd have a couple of frames of the actual like pictures and illustrations of it, and then you just read out the actual fan fiction, and then like have it do that weird artistic fade thing into them. That could be hilarious.
Yeah, but with fanfics, I mean, people are just seriously messed up. One of my husband's friends was reading one on the Discord the other night, and it had to do with Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter, and it was like some of the most cringy shit. It's just like,
oh my god, was it My Immortal?
I don't know. The girl was like gothic and kept drinking blood.
Yep, that's My Immortal.
Oh.
Anything Harry Potter is cringy.
Okay, My Immortal is legend though. Like that fanfiction is like heralded as one of the worst. And keep in mind, on Doc's stream, I read out a fanfiction that was like Optimus Prime and Leia. So like, if I say it's bad, it's bad.
That's okay. The one that they actually read at SoccerCon one year, this was like so many years ago, was a crossover of Inspector Gadget and Superman.
Why are they always like these weird pairings?
That one was bad. That one, now that I think about it and I'm looking at the writing and Penny, how old Penny was and how old Superman was, it could technically count as pedo shit, but I didn't register it when I was younger, and they didn't register it, I guess, at SoccerCon, because the ages weren't specified, but now, so, like, it was so fucked up. It was so
yeah, it sounds pretty
understatement.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go sniffing around the fanfic thing again. Now, granted, I did write fanfic, but the only one I wrote did not end up on fanfiction.net. And I kept writing it over and over. It was like the legend. It had to do with Force Adventures. That's it. And I tried to put like a Christian spin on it. Yeah, it was that cringy when I was younger. And created a fifth color. I mean, that's it. I didn't write.
There's an entire fan fiction corner in my Discord server, and it is just terrible.
I don't do role-playing, I don't do fanfic, I don't do not safe for work art in my server, because I fucking know better. Just like...
Oh yeah, I know. But mine's a closed Discord, so...
Well, mine, even if... Okay, because mine is open, even if mine were closed, I still wouldn't do it. Just like, nah, I'm good. Even more reason not to do it.
Oh, there it is.
So, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Oh, there's one more thing, because the balloons, I wanted to show the balloons off real quick, because these, whoopsie, these are actually, the translucent ones, they're actually not that hard to do. Where are they? Hold on, I gotta find the PSD file. Because
I wonder if your balloons love needles.
No, you leave
They don't.
You leave my balloons alone, you big beanie. Okay.
I've been meaning to point this out for a while, but it's been throwing me off. Like the spade that's on the bottom left hand side, it kind of looks like a turnip.
It's not a
Nothing against that. Like it looks awesome, but it does look like a turnip.
It's not a turnip, and no, it don't.
It does look like a turnip.
Get rid of this.
I win this round, Chambers.
No. Okay, so the thing with the balloon, because as you can see, turn on blue, you can see through it. This is also a PNG, and what's great about PNGs or portable network graphic files is even when you have like the slight opacity, the hue and things like that, it'll save that, and that will transfer over, as you can see in my stream theme and things like that. So what I like to do is if I know I'm going to be shading or whatnot, and this is why I like Photoshop, because I feel like it has the most control, pen, color, stroke, everything. That's just me. I created a shape, or shape with the pen tool, and what's great is when you go to do that, you see like these dancing ants, and it'll keep the pixels. You can only color in the space that's marked off by the dancing ants. And then what I'll use is like I have a Intuos, it's considered an old tablet at this point, but it's an Intuos 4 walk-up. To where you have to look at the screen while you draw, and I'll go through and I'll mess with like the opacity. Let me actually, because this is
apparently Stalin has a really high quality tablet.
yeah, they're coming up with all sorts of newer ones. But yeah, like I'll bring down the opacity or whatnot. Let's do black just for the heck of it, and I'm able just to color it in there. So, which is always nice. Something too is because this balloon is gray, what I was able to go and do, and it looks like this technique does not work with anything black. There is something that you could use like an overlay, or color overlay or whatnot, so let me just dump red on this real quick, because you'll see what I'm talking about.
You know, like layers and the layers that...
Well, it's not just layers. See, now like the balloon is red. And I showed this to another person here. This is clipped. Why is this clipped? This is supposed to have a mask.
Oh, see, that's neat.
Ah, that wasn't supposed to be clipped, you son of a... That's why the balloons look a little bit weird.
See, Critic can't do that.
Huh?
Yeah, Critic can't do that. The program I use when I draw terribly.
Oh, I did keep it clipped. Yeah, so this is what I like about it. So when you clip like a layer to a group or another layer, it keeps like the pixels or that color to that specific group. Now, because I also have a mask on it, and mask is another wonderful thing, because this hides pixels, which you would create with the pen tool here. So again, You can do Control Shift I, which is selected outwise. There is so much you can do, and it's so easy to create some of these PNG files. I mean, it really is. Let me actually create another.
This is Photoshop?
Yeah, this is Photoshop CS6. Let me create another balloon here. Go away.
I should get this program because it looks like it's pretty functional in comparison to the crap I use.
I can actually give you a link to the program. So I'm gonna do it now.
Admittedly, the crap that I use is a free program, but still.
Well, like I said, this is a cracked version that I got from a friend so many years ago. So
Yeah.
but yeah, this is what everybody like praises all these other programs, like, well, Photoshop is shit. Well, I can't control the pen tool, I can't do what I need to, and all these other programs like GIMP. GIMP is awful. I don't even understand how to use the pen tool in GIMP. You can digitally paint, but you can't use the flippin' pen tool, and I don't know why. You can't control the nodes. Like, I'll give you an example of like controlling the nodes or whatnot. See. Stop. Mouse. Oh, that's probably why. Okay, sorry. These little white things here. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. They're either called nodes and they have like arms. So this is why I like Photoshop, because what I can do is I can select one and use like the arrow keys, and I can slightly move it. This is how
See, that's cool.
Yeah. And
It's kind of like a warping tool.
The warping tool in this works a little bit different, like way different. But yeah, but you can. The thing is, you can create your own shapes with stuff. Like oops.
What the?
So, and what's great too, so say if I wanted to get rid of like this arm or whatnot, I come over to the pen tool and I hold down the Alt key. Oh, nope. Oh, hold on. Where's my... No. Because you can get rid of, there we go. Delete anchor.
That white outline absolutely looks like a potato right now.
Oh yeah, that's the start of the balloon.
No, I mean it looks like an actual potato is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you can also get rid of points if you put in too many. I mean, there's so much you can do with this flipping pen tool. And I remember as I was learning this program, how people hated the pen tool. But again, there's a saying: once you learned how to use the pen tool, it became your best friend. So.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No, that's really freaking neat. Like I'm. So, fun story to explain why I don't do art anymore. I got broken up with by a girlfriend that I was dating for like 4 years. Jumped off a balcony, cracked on my back, and now my left arm doesn't work anymore. Left arm was the dominant hand. So I had to relearn basically everything with my right hand.
That sucks.
Just nothing. Like I cannot do art with my right hand because it shakes. I'm twitchy, as it were, but like that's why I can't do even if I had an amazing tablet with a pen and everything, I wouldn't be able to do anything near what I used to be able to do.
Yeah, I've thought about trying to teach myself how to be like ambidextrous or whatnot, and to a point I am, but at the same time it just feels so weird. Like I'm using my my right hand right now. Let me get this down. See if I can ever draw anything. Yeah, this is so freaking weird. Yeah.
Well, I used to, and don't make fun of me for this, but I used to do the Sailor Moon stuff.
Yeah, why did your
Like
voice
the-
get
that
deeper?
style.
Your voice got like deeper, and it's kind of weird.
My voice got deeper.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. What? Is your mic?
No, there's nothing wrong with my mic. I guess it's like the more tired I get, the deeper my voice gets. Eventually, I'll start sounding like Barry White.
I've never heard it that deep before.
Neither have I, dude. Something's going.
Like as it went on, like I could do the head, the hair, the little jewel stuff, all of it. And I used to do it a lot because I was basically wanting to draw my own manga. Never ended up that way because you know, I ended up breaking up with this girl. Well, she broke up with me, and then just basically tried to, you know, do the end my own life thing. But it just like how I landed more on my left than my right, and of course that was my dominant side. Like everything I did was with my left hand, and just the damage to it, just it's never going to be the same again. So, like I lost that ability to draw, and it sucks because I was actually fairly okay at it. I was improving, but now it's just all gone. So like even with like a tablet thing. I had to. I guess the easiest way to put it is you never really learn how to use your inferior arm until the dominant one just doesn't work right anymore. And the problem is like the feeling's gone in it, so I can't gauge pressure anymore.
Oh Jesus.
Like I can. I don't want to say it like I can, but I put my hand on the stove at one point, didn't realize it was on, and just had a burn all up on my arm, and I didn't even notice it was happening until it smelled kind of like popcorn.
Oh.
The hair.
Oh, I know that feeling.
And it's.
Have you ever had it like stick to something hot?
Yeah, no, like the skin sticks, but I had it on so long when I pulled it up, there was just no skin left on my forearm.
Oh.
If I'd left it longer, I would have lost even more of the arm. But yeah, no, as that kind of went on, I found out that like I'm not gonna ever be able to play the violin again. I can't draw. It's just skills that are gone.
So yeah, this is like me with my right. It's like really, God, this is messy as shit. It's so
Better than what I can do, but it's because the inferior arm is gonna like twitch a little bit, and it's because you're not used to using it, so the muscles they don't have the same muscle memory as the dominant hand, and that's why you're gonna have that kind of like. I use the word janky, but I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, the motor cortex of the like for you said your left hand was the dominant hand.
Yeah.
The motor cortex on the right side of your brain is more developed because you used it a lot more than it is on the left side.
I have no idea. I just know. I jumped off a balcony and bounced, and everything's gone.
I wish I could remember something like that, like you can, because that night back in last February, I remember driving home, and then waking up 11 days later. That's it.
Well, I didn't go out. I was conscious through most of it. So I think the only time I actually finally did fall asleep was when I got a buddy that I call Mechanic, and like because I still had function of my right hand, I was able to call him. He come out, picks me up off the concrete, and rather than taking me to the hospital, takes me back in the apartment. And ends up just laying me on the couch because he had to go because he had to meet his wife at the time. Ends up leaving, and I just was out. End up waking up, calling an ambulance, going to the hospital, and it just at that point there had been nerve damage and brain damage, and just everything was fucked.
Oh, I understand.
Don't jump off buildings, kids. It's not healthy for you.
Phil sounds like a douche. But yeah, looking at this bobblehead real quick and then we'll wrap it up. So that was done in a 3D program?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you could explain to me how to remove the green.
Let me...
Because it's a cool bobblehead, it's just I don't use a green background. So I don't know where I would put it.
Hold on, that's a GIF and like, hold on, give me 1 second because Photoshop...
Yeah, Arbiter made this thing, and it kind of reminds me of like the old Smash Brothers trophies from Super Smash Brothers on the 64. So I absolutely wanted to use it.
Alright, let me
It
see.
wasn't the 64, it was the one on the GameCube.
Where did your stupid butt just save that? Oh, okay, in the other folder. Because I'm trying to see... Oh, wow, it breaks them down. Okay, so there actually might be a way to do this. Flip over to the thingamadoo. Because what Photoshop does... Let's see, these are at 4 seconds. Okay, so this breaks down the frame, or this breaks down the GIF individually by frame. Now, the tricky thing is, I wonder if I can effectively put a mask. How effective is this gonna be?
Oof.
Thanks. Hey Chambers, thanks for having me on. You and Ichabod have a... Well, you two sleep well whenever y'all do eventually go to sleep. I gotta go because I gotta be on the road by 7 tomorrow.
Oops.
Later, Falcon.
See you,
Alright.
Falcon.
Later.
See, there is a way... Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass because then you have to figure out which frames are a repeat. Let's see, how many frames are there? There's 30. So for all I know, this could be split into groups of 6, 5 groups of 6, 6 groups of 5, 3 groups of 10. Let's see.
So it would be a lot of work to actually remove the green background.
Yeah, and the fact that it's pixelated already, because whatever program he used to render it, like I said, at 256, because if he made this with a 3D program and then rendered it into a GIF, there's going to be a lot of discoloration and attempted dithering by the program.
Yeah, I think he uses like a VR program to do it. It's super neat, but like I don't know. I just never was able to figure out how to get rid of the green background.
The way to do this, this would be like if I were to do this in Photoshop, I would have to figure out what frames are a repeat of which. Like for all I know, this could be again 6 groups of 5, 5 groups of 6, 3 groups of 10. So just to figure out what frames repeat and things like that, because like especially with the head movement makes this look like so much trickier, because there are just very slight movements, and the movement itself is fluid and it's slow, but like there's slight movements to the head. So that would be so each individual frame or whatever frames repeat. That's a lot of individual pen work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could do the lazy thing, I could go through, slap a mask on all of them, and then just go through with my Wacom tablet and just edit the mask. Like, get rid of the green stuff. But at that point, you could have, like, chunks missing in places where there wasn't chunks missing before. Yeah, no, it'd be quite a bit to remove.
Well, I wasn't gonna like ask you to do it. I was just saying that it's. I was curious if there was a way to do it.
There technically speaking, there is. And as you can see, Photoshop breaks down the stuff. There's actually, let me get you a link real quick. What is his thingy? No. Oh, crap, I'm gonna have to find his. There's someone I gave a link to for, okay, Photoshop, because what I have a link to the correct Photoshop, there we go, on my Google Drive, and let me see, I'm trying to get the link because I gave it to somebody else. Oh, here we go. So, from what I understand, this link still works. Here, I'll send it to you via Discord DMs. So I just sent it. It's from my own personal drive. But anyway, we're gonna wrap up here because I don't know how much more deeper your voice can get. That was a new one for me. But yeah, there is a way to do that. It's just very tedious. But anyway, I'm gonna close it down here. Thank you guys for coming out, and for those of you guys who come afterwards. If you guys do have any questions about creating your own Steam theme, no, I don't do anything store-bought or online bought, but yeah, I do know how to customize some stuff. That being said, you guys have a wonderful night, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show.
Coming in.